Look at the mountains, the oceans, the suspension of the sky, the roar of the thunder, the effect of the lightning, the colors of the rainbows. Just look at the cuteness of the hands and the robustness of the elephant. Look at the chubbiness of the rhino. You see, God uses his creation as a canvas to paint his own character. Look at what he has made and you will see God and how great he is. He has used his creativity to explain to you that I am a big God. Then you look at the ocean and how it rumbles and tumbles and it stops by itself. It creates its own border. The suspension of the sky doesn't fall every single day. You yourself know when you see those mountains, those icebergs, that this God is great. See what it did as he made this earth a painting that made you and I recognize that he is almighty. Isn't that creative? Now, how do such a person that perhaps you and I pray to, ask things from, worship, but we do not try to kind of like emulate? Why not? What is stopping you from emulating God when you were made in his own image? Don't you know that you were given the privilege to think like him? For he said, let us make man in our own image. He gave us the power to do so. What is stopping you? Do you know that the only thing that sets man aside from every other animals is the kind of mindset he gave to us? The fact that he gave us the mind to create is the creative mindset that we have. That's what makes you different from a monkey. That's what makes you different from an antelope. That's what makes you different from a giraffe. So why are you functioning like a baboon when you can function like a human? Why are you not using the entire capacity of your brain? Do you know how shocking it is when I hear, or when we hear that it's a very tiny percentage of our brain that we use? What's happening to the rest? What is happening to the rest? African entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs joining from different parts of the world. There are so many things that we can take from God. But I'm going to share some things with you. Some very few things that we can tap into. And that's why I titled this topic, O God of Creation. Tapping into the creative mindset of God. What is the first thing we can tap into? It's touch. God's touch. You know, when he touches something, there is a sign that this was done by God. I've given you some examples. I've broken down just shared some little examples of his creation. I mentioned some things, and even you and I know that when we look closely at something as small as a butterfly, you know this is not man-made. This is not China-made, and neither is it Russia-made. This was made by God. Just the life cycle of a butterfly is something itself on its own that shows that this was done by his magnificent mindset. There is a God's touch in his creation. Look to the sky. Look at how the clouds are formed, and you can see this is his touch. African entrepreneurs, how many things have you touched where people can mention your name and say, David was here? I can see David's touch in this. Have you left mark behind what you've done? Is there a sign of excellence that follows you around, that even at your absence, people can recognize your work done? African entrepreneurs, we need the touch. Now let's look at his confirmation. The scripture, all holy books, both the Quran and the Bible, says he looked at everything he has made and it was beautiful. What does that tell you? God looks back. Many of us do projects, ideas, innovations, assignments, and we do not check it. We do not look at it again. We submit it. You cannot get that touch without revising what you have created. You cannot get that touch without revisiting your innovations. We just submit things, project, product, without looking back for it and looking out for errors around it. He is God. He didn't need to look back at his creation. But if God himself can inspect what he created, how much more you and I? Whatever you have launched, whatever you're about to sell, whatever you have presented, inspect it. In short, entrepreneurs from all over the world, inspect yourself. When you look at the mirror, do not look at the mirror with the impression of seeing what you have created in your mind that you want to see. Look at yourself in the mirror with the eye of an inspection. So you inspect yourself. Is my jacket sitting properly before I go for this meeting? Do I look okay? And then if that confirms, if you get all those checklists, then present yourself to the world. All this nonchalant attitude about how you look, about how your product looks, about how your services look, should stop here today. Tap into the mindset of God and revisit everything that you do, be it on yourself, for yourself, to the public, or to your clients. Because when you revisit, you will see all the small loopholes that you need to correct. If God can do it, so you can. His confirmations. He confirmed that it was beautiful, and then he rested. Confirm to yourself, this product is nice. Now I can sell it. God is very coordinated, guys. Very, very coordinated. Think about it. He's so organized that he did what he could do in one day and did it in 7 days. He's God. He could create the entire world in a day. Do you disagree? Yes, he can. What is the difference of let there be light and let everything inside of it fall into place? You and I will have said that if we had those powers. But just because of how coordinated he is, he didn't abuse those powers. He planned with his powers. He was patient enough to take things one step at a time and look through it. Guys, be coordinated with the things you do. Be very coordinated. Be it an assignment given to you, be it a project you're working on. Plan it properly. Don't just jump into things and jump out of it. What you present has a lot to do with who you are. God wanted us to see God, and so he presented his things very well. If he has given us something that we could invent all this while, maybe we will have neglected his existence. Do you understand? So if you do not want people to neglect who you are, or how capable you are, or how intelligent you are, be careful what you present. He rebrands. He changed the name of Abraham, Jacob, changed the name of Saul, even Sarah, and some others in the Bible. So you might need to also rebrand for your destination. For your vision and mission, there are some things in your life that you might need to rebrand. If God can look at some things he has created and say that this time you've got to change, I'm no longer going to call you this, you shall be called this because of this, then so it applies to you. There's some rebranding that you might need to do. It might have to do with your character, with your personality. It might even have to do with your name. It might have to do with the entire idea. For the destination that you're going, there's a kind of appearance that we expect. So make sure that you do not get there looking or not looking like the vision. Let me put it that way. So you know what you have planned for yourself and for your future. Check, does this character align with where I'm going? Does this brand align with the plan and the goals and vision and the objective of this brand? God rebrands. So can you. Now, guys, most importantly, there is one aspect of him that created us that I want to talk about. And it's his mind. God's mind. God gave us the ability to imagine without limitation. And I said it before, it's what sets us aside from every other animals that he created. He has given us the ability to travel in our imagination and create whatever it is that we want to create. Take your time to imagine, guys. Take your time. I can bet you today, I think the reason why God took 7 days was he took time imagining. When some of us are given things to do, Just because we are lazy to imagine, we want to submit it as quickly as we can. We are lazy to imagine what many ways can this thing exist? What many ways can this product exist? How better can this thing look? I'm looking at this wall right now. How great or how better can this look? We are too lazy to do that, and that is an insult to your creation. You are a powerful machine, and you have been planted a chip that does not have a limit. But are you using it? Are you using it enough? Apply some time to projects and do not accept anything without trying other things. Exhaust your options before you choose. A lot of us use our imagination more when we worry. For good things, there are projects during supervision, imagination and creativity is absent. But when they begin to worry, they know very well how to use their imagination. Now then it comes to them, what if this thing does not work? What if I die in the hospital? What if I have an accident? What if I don't get paid for this client? What if this project falls apart? Now their imagination comes with their worry, it magnifies it so big. And of course, because the devil understands very well how powerful the imagination is, then it pushes your gift to you more. Worry is a waste of imagination. You are wasting that gift. Apply that gift to the right aspect. It was not meant for you to stress or to worry. It was meant for you to create, to supervise, to invent, to initiate, and to execute. Use your imagination more. Imagination helps to bring the reality, that which was not there. It's a very powerful gift and it has no limit. And imagination and creativity works together. And that's why Albert Einstein said, he said, creativity is seeing what others see and thinking what no one else has ever thought. It's our year of professionalism. If you want to be a professional, when you look at a project, at a product, at an assignment, when given to you, see it where others have seen it, but think about it the way others have never thought about it. That is the only time we will refer to you as an expert. And you can get this from God. You can get it from God. Thinking what others said, it can never be possible. Many years ago, you would agree with me that if they say to us, mankind, you would be able to use video call to call each other. Some people, because they can never imagine it, they would say this is absolutely sorcery. It's impossible. How can I video call someone 1,000 miles away from me? We generation enjoys this technology and we think, oh, it's been like that. Try speak to somebody that used the pager or somebody that used the fax machine. That right now you can video call someone. They will tell you it's never possible. They were not even able to imagine it. So how would they have created it? So would you join me and imagine that a few years or many years from now, we'll be able to teleport ourselves? You might not be needing to travel to the US anymore. You can teleport to the US. And then you get there right in front of your mom and say, hi, how are you doing? I just came to see you for a few hours. I'm going to Germany. Some of you cannot imagine it. Some of you think I'm crazy. Wait for the innovation. I pray we'll be alive when it starts. So that's how crazy imagination is. It makes the impossible reality. Actually, imagination is the soil that brings the impossible to life. You're not paying for it. It costs you nothing. The question then is, why are you not using it? Go back to that business that you're doing and begin to imagine, what is wrong here? How else can I get clients? What else can I use to my marketing? What aspect can I use to attract people more? How can I raise funds? How else can I attract my customers? How else can I touch and impact lives? What other things can I do to bring income? How better can I be at work? What else can I do to show the best that I have? When you begin to explore this imagination of yourself and your potential, it soils the impossible in you and brings it to reality. Whatever your mind can see, your heart can believe, and your brain can execute. Why then are you not thinking? Why cut yourself short? If you understand, O God of creation, you understand that there is nothing you cannot create, either inside of you or outside of you. Listen carefully. If you understand your capacity well, then you start imagining more. And let me warn you once again, stop using your imagination and your creativity to worry. Don't. Stop it. I am worse. When I think of something negatively, I create it to an extent. People that know me know this. I exaggerate it to an extent that people do not even understand. How did my mind go that worse? That's how bad my own mind is. And I know a lot of us do it. A lot of creatives do it. We direct that energy and apply it to the right things of life. Be creative in your homes. Be creative in your relationship, in your family, in your business, with your loved one. Because creativity makes life fun. It brings out the value that another person sees you and they appreciate God in your life. Every single one of us have it. Stop being boring. Stop being boring. Be creative in all you do. And I beg you, stop accepting the basic. No. If it's not excellence, reject it. Demand excellence. Stop accepting basic, either from your tailor, from your painter, from your driver, from your colleagues, from your staff, from your family members, from your friends. Do not accept basic. Let them know, like I said, your touch. Imagine if God gave us a green, gray, dark, ugly sky. Imagine if He gave us a basic sky with a basic ocean. Imagine this. Would you still call Him God? That is exactly what I'm saying. That don't accept the basic. Demand excellence. Because creativity is a wild mind with a disciplined eyes. Search for errors and make corrections. Live like God. Be like God because you are God. My name is Summy Francis, and I am nothing without God. Thank you so much.